Hi guys, this is Breaker, and I am back with another replay that I took from Casted, and looks like it's going to be a TVZ between our red Terran in the lower left-hand corner, known as TwisteR, belonging to PSC2. I'm not sure what that clan name stands for, but I wouldn't be surprised to see that SC2 stands for StarCraft 2, but I'm not sure about P, so who knows. And in the upper right-hand corner, spawning is our blue Zerg. His name is LYGF Lucoda. Of course, he belongs to the LYGF clan, and if I had to take a random guess at what that stood for, it would be looking for your girlfriend, or look at your girlfriend, or something like that. I don't know. Jeez, just something silly. Do I have the music turned off? No. Okay, I did actually for a slight moment. Okay, I got the right hotkeys set up and all that good stuff. But I'm going to try and take this cast by eliminating clutter. I think I've got damaged health bars on, but anywho. I guess now's the time when I can go ahead and just divulge my thoughts on the way things are going so far. Today is the 20th of October. No, excuse me, the 21st of October. And that means yesterday was Com's first official... Well, today is Com's first official day as a non-pro gamer. And for those of you who don't know who Com is, he's basically the Chinese Zerg player who was, you could say, essentially screwed out of the MLG Premier League qualifiers. That little scandal where 1,000 players tried entering a 512-man tournament. And, you know, it came with a lot of scrutiny because, of course, that one tournament... You know, it's never easy to say this, but I mean, like, there were so many people who got in on it that weren't supposed to. There were Bronze League guys, there were a lot of Diamond League guys. Almost all the Koreans who entered got in on the tournament, and, what is it? I'm trying to think here. Sorry about that, I got a cold. But basically, you know, so many people got in on it that weren't, I guess you could say, qualified, quote-unquote, for the tournament. But, ooh, this is going to be a nice little pick-off for our Zerg player here. Is he going to get that SCV? Oh, it's down to one hit. It's down to one hit. Is he going to get it? Oh, nice micro. Is going to save that drone, make sure it lives to see another... Or that SCV, make sure it lives to see another day. But, I mean, you know, it's going to be a little different without, you know, seeing him in the scene anymore. I mean, that's just my thoughts, but... yeah. Anywho, looks like we're going to have at least a 9-minute long game, if I had to guess. We, of course, do have our Terran going for a double command center opener, and our Zerg going for a double hatch opener. No gas for either player thus far. Excuse me, I take that back. We actually have a fresh gas just been taken by TwisteR. And this can lead to an array of things. I think most likely we're going to see a factory thrown down in the near future, maybe a reactor shortly afterwards, but for now our Terran's supply blocked, and that has been solved by the finishing of construction on the natural command center. But I mean, you know, it's... okay, I have to divulge my thoughts here. I have to be civil. I have to be... There's no other way to say it. I'm going to try and lash out at Blizzard in a civil method, if that makes sense. I mean, Com, I really wanted to see him keep going, keep it up with his pro gaming career, and I'm sure so many other people wanted to see it too, but I mean, there was another personal fiasco that had taken place that led to him quitting, and that was basically his girlfriend, who was trying to become a League of Legends caster, and did become a League of Legends caster for Neo TV, ended up cheating on him. She was caught with another man. You know, I mean, you can't really see the way everything goes in life, but I mean, you know, it was basically the nail in the... It was basically the straw on the camel's back that prompted Com to quit esports, basically. But aside from that, I'm kind of disappointed that Blizzard didn't at least open up a 4th region for the WCS, and by 4th region I mean something that would conceptually speaking be something that I guess you could call codename Endangered Species. And by codename Endangered Species I mean this would be a 4th region open to all players who do not belong to NA, do not belong to EU, do not belong to Korea, and they could just enter it. And they wouldn't have to worry about Koreans coming in or Americans coming in or excuse me, or Europeans coming in and taking their spot in that region's WCS. So basically, if you will, it's kind of a handicap applied to players for only C, China, Iran, and anywhere else that has StarCraft 2 that isn't, I guess you could call, popularly mainstreamed Africa, Europe, or America or Korea. And you first 2 Hellions out for a Terran. He's gonna be able to control creep spread with that. But I mean, this you know, it's there. I'm not saying that the WCS system that we have now is all awful, but I mean the Chinese players, they only get. I mean, there's only a handful of Chinese talent that actually gets the attention that they deserve through the present WCS system. Interesting opener coming from our Zerg. This is actually going to be, sorry about that. Going to just, there we go. That's taken care of. Well, it's going to be a 2-base Spire play. I never would have guessed that, you know, if you don't take a third at this stage in the game, that basically indicates that you're trying to go for something along the lines of, maybe a Roach Ling Bane all-in. But here it is, safely tucked outside of scan range. Interesting how that works out. But if those Hellions get into the main, you know, I don't think they will, but I mean, if they do, then it's basically been scouted, it's been read into, things like that. And we've already got a transition planned out of this by Lucoda. And the closing thoughts that I'm going to deliver to you guys with the WCS system is basically, you know, I mean, there are a lot of people who are angry at a bunch of non-Americans entering the WCS America, and I say you can't really blame the Chinese players for doing that. I mean, it's the only region they can compete in. Yes, WCS EU is physically closer, the server is physically closer, but there's no fiber optic internet connecting EU to China. And there it is, the Spire's been scanned on, so yeah, we already got missile turrets ready to go, so it looks like TwisteR was basically ready to go with that. But I mean, ultimately our Zerg is going to have map control with this, and a nice little spread on the Widow Mines. That is something you don't always see. That's like Marine King Prime spreads there, but oh wait, he switched to LOL. Sorry about that. Didn't want to rain on anybody's parade, I really didn't mean to, but I mean, geez, those, I mean, those, it's just hard to compete with that. But now, I mean, the mutas are going to get this one supply depot completely uncontested. And that's going to supply block our Terran. Overseer is going to go into the mix with those mutas, and I think they caught on to that Widow Mine, or those Widow Mines, if you will. And nothing but more and more mutas on the way for our Zerg. And +1 flyer attacks are on the way, as well as pneumatic carapace, getting those, you know, getting the Overseer speed up as well as the Overlord speed. But here we are. Our game is starting to take shape. Terran is obviously going with a bio ball, in case you guys can already tell. If Marauders are in the mix, then that means they got a tech lab on a barracks. And if they got a tech lab on a barracks, they're also inevitably researching stim or concussive shells. That's a branch of tech that you wouldn't go into if you were doing mech, for those of you who are lower league and may not have already known. So scan goes down on the third, and he sees that it's only saturated that much, but what's really big for TwisteR here is he hasn't thrown down his third command center yet, his third orbital command, his third whatever have you. And this kind of leads one to believe that perhaps he could be trying to kill his opponent on 2 base. It's entirely possible. I wouldn't say unplausible, but he's going to have to do something about the Banelings. He's got a lot of Marauders in the mix, which, I mean, if you just unclick one, if you deselect one from the group that those Marines are on right now, then it'll start attacking anything that's there, and hopefully it'll aggro the Banelings into attacking it. The Marauder, or the Overlord's going to be scared away, just as that third that I called out was not in construction is going to land. I actually didn't spot that earlier, and the mutas are coming back into the main, trying to get some damage done. Ouch. Unfortunate that they actually slammed on that one Overseer. A bunch of orange and yellow health mutas will be retreating. And now we have a 2.5 base Terran going up against a 3.5 base Zerg. Looking very interesting already. +1/+1 already done for our Terran, and this is the only drawback to going with this style of play as a Zerg. Aside from, this is actually one of the big drawbacks for going for this style of play as a Zerg. Like, yes, you've got +1, but your +1/+1 for your ground units is going to suffer. As well as any other tech that's been created for that. And that's kind of interesting. There was a scan there. It's almost as though there was a burrowed unit there. Yeah, and we do actually... I just hit G there real quick to see if there was burrow or if there wasn't burrow. But burrowed banelings, they can do a lot of damage, and it looks like we are going to have Lucoda with doing just that in mind right now. Hellion's going to spot this 5th base in construction, but unfortunately it doesn't spot this 4th, as you can see. And now we're just waiting for both players to really put on the carry pants and get ready to attack. Drilling Claw is also on the way. That's going to increase the Widow Mine burrow speed, and that's gonna, that's gonna make it... What I've noticed that it will do is it'll make the Widow Mines virtually unattackable unless you have detection with you immediately. So yeah, there we go. The Mutas, actually not the Mutas, but the Overseer is able to keep up with the Mutas right now, and the Mutas are actually taking down a nice little group of Marines. That's actually not too bad. I mean, they got +1 Carapace on the way, but +1 attacks versus Marines of equal upgrades. In small packs, I guess they can fare pretty well, but this, I don't know about this style of play. I mean, really, so many Mutas, but I'm not in Masters League. And, ooh, that would actually be really nice if he was to get, yeah, the concussive shells have actually been sniped. And, ooh, Thor gets a nice volley off of those Mutapacks before they're able to get away. Unfortunately, that single volley didn't kill anything, but it looks like TwisteR's going to move in here and try and take down the 5th base, but of course the 4th will still be operational, still cranking out so much gas. And a small Ling run-by is going to take place here, but of course there's a bunker here that's already been surrounded. And no damage done to the mineral line. Excuse me, sorry guys. Stim and A move. And with that, we'll see the 5th base falling with no reconciliation whatsoever. No vows of revenge from our Zerg just yet. And it looks like the Mutapack is just going to hang over here while we have a kind of a Ling Baneling run by, if you will. But, I mean, the spread here, it's really something else. It's something to be reckoned with. And spread or no spread, if we see the Mutas try to engage this head on, it's not going to do too hot. But look at this. He says, I don't care, I'm moving in, and I'm going to kill you right here, right now, or I'm going to die trying. And with that, we see the entire bio ball torn to shreds. Excuse me. I thought I had a throat that wasn't sore anymore, but it looks like now the Mutas, I mean, they could actually go into the 3rd here and do a lot of damage, and that's exactly what they're going to do. A bunch of Banelings morphing right outside of the natural... Ooh, these Marines unmicroed are actually going to suffer, and the 4th base has been caught on to by Lucoda. So is he going to snipe that, or is he going to continue to harass the mineral line? That's the real question. He can get a lot of SCV kills here, but no, he's just going to click on that 3rd orbital command. Is he going to get it, though? I don't know, that's a lot of Marines, but I think 1 for 1, those Mutas could have taken them on at the moment, but, I mean, if the Marines are showing up, the Thor is not far behind. But, I mean, kind of, I wouldn't say, it's kind of silly, I mean, if he had targeted down the workers, it would have gotten a lot more kills out of it. And it looks like that's what he did just now. He got 1 more worker kill, and that's about it, but really helps out in the long run. And now we got a huge Baneling ball getting ready to roll in there. Nice little snipe there from the Mutas as well. But these Lings, alright, they did their job. They were actually meant to kite those Widow Mines out, and this is going to be the breaking of the front door, the detonation on Helm's Deep in the sewers from that Lord of the Rings film. And that is interesting to just look at right there. I mean, the Banelings just stopped right there by that one lone Widow Mine. And looks like the bunkers here, or excuse me, the supply depots there are going to be relatively fine. But here's the only flaw with the play that we see from our Zerg so far. There's no... Oh, wait, never mind, excuse me. I thought there was no Hive Tech. But I mean, he's got a 4th base. It's been relatively hidden for a while. The 5th base is just being reestablished, and now I think our Terran should be catching on to something. He should realize, hey, something's not right here, and that's a lot of mutas right there. That is... minus the one that just got sniped. That is... let's see, 1, 2, 3... 24... 31. But right now, the 4th base is about to get established, but we've got a burrowed Ling here. Is that enough? I don't know. Is that going to be able to obstruct it or not? Banelings rolling out there. And one thing that I like our Terran doing right now, or excuse me, our Zerg doing right now, is the burrowed Banelings. He's got them everywhere. And this 4th base, oh, caught out of position, sniped just in time. Our Terran arrives to the party too late to save it. But it's okay, we got another 4th right here. The only problem is, or the only question moreover is, can we secure the 5th, or the location of the 4th? That's what I meant to say. Lots of missile turrets going to go down, as we see that TwisteR just doesn't want to take any chances there, and he's leaving most of his Marines there as well. And this is where changelings come into play, guys. If you can just internalize the use of changelings really well and send them to your opponent's 3rd. I mean, that thing is so exposed right now. A scan going down by our Terran, trying to figure out, oh, okay, well, not sure what that was trying to figure out. Ah, lower right-hand corner base. Oh, but, oh boy. Amazingly, I think no mutas died from that. But now we got a huge Ling run by going down at the 3rd, and these Widow Mines are going to detonate, but not enough to kill all of these Lings. That much is obvious. And it looks like a few Lings get into the natural as well. Banelings gonna try and make a connection at the natural. And this is where the mutas come in and do their work on the 5th base. Beautiful. That burrowed Ling is actually preventing that 4th base from getting landed and starting to mine. But it looks like... ah, boy. Here we go. Well, every missile turret's been sniped, and that Ling remains burrowed. That's actually really interesting. You don't see that every day. But now the supply difference, it's not that big right now, but this could be one of those clutch moments in the game where we see TwisteR come in and just turn the game around on Lucoda's head. But of course, that's gonna take the extremes of caution to do. And our Terran right now, I mean, he's on 2 base economy. He's down to just shreds for income compared to his Zerg opponent. So, I mean, I think we could actually just see Lucoda throw away nothing but mutas right now on his opponent, no matter how ineffective, and maybe just overpower his opponent with all of his income. And look at those Banelings right there. Oh, man, that was sick. What about this one over here? There's no detection. He could be walking into his very own death. And look at this! Look at this! Oh, man, it's even worse. Oh my god, again, right over here. That was 3. I missed the 3rd one, and the Widow Mines burrow, and now it looks like the mutas are coming in to do the mop-up work. That's something I don't think I've seen play this amazing in a long time, but I will certainly remember this for the ladder. And with that, it looks like we have TwisteR saying mutas nice units just before he leaves. And he says, did he say GG? Well, no, there was a smirk coming out of Lucoda, and that's it. So, guys, if you liked what you saw here today, just go ahead and click on that subscribe button. Please forgive the coughing. This is Breaker. I'll see you guys next time.